Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. Hi, Azam. Hope everyone are doing good. And yes, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Sojanya. Okay, so did you completed your practicals? Hmm? Except access point. I know. I want you to do that, right? Take time and do it. Okay. And it's not that hard, no? Hmm? Yes or no? Online, did you cover access point? Sri Nikhil, where were you? Did you attend the class when we discussed access point? Then, okay. So what we're gonna do is today. So basically for access point, I'll give you a few more hints. But the thing is, when we discuss about the CLI, so we'll talk CLI also. Then you will get an idea. Okay. So I just wanted to hear from you that someone will say that, sir, this has to bend like this. Did we cover this topic or not? So no one asked. So that means you have not reached. You didn't explode. You didn't explode. That's the only thing. But let's no problem. So today what we're gonna do is let's take up the next service. Okay. Which service is that? Any guess? Huh? Any guess? Huh? Why transfer accelerator? Why did you stuck in transfer accelerator? That's a feature in S3, so we don't use it. Okay, so as we are talking about the storage related things, so which is a service? Okay, by the way, one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? No. But if you want to have a shared storage across multiple EC2 instances, which which service will be helpful for that? Hmm? Which one? EFS. Fantastic. Which one, Anna? EFS. So today, EFS is a very sweet and short service. So we'll take up the EFS today. Okay, Anna? So if you remember, can you go back to this EFS in an overview? We discussed about EFS, no? Before going that, I'll ask few questions. Let's see whether you remember or not. Okay. So what is the full form of EFS? Elastic File System. And then this EFS is completely managed by AWS. Okay. And EFS works on which protocol? EFS works on which protocol? NFS version 4. Which one, Anna? NFS version 4. And then EFS is limited or unlimited storage? Unlimited storage. And EFS is for which type of operating systems? Linux or Windows? Linux. So please open that your world and then just go through those points once. I'll give you 1 minute. So I'll give you 1 minute. So please go through those few lines. Done, everyone? Hmm? Online? Done. Can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? So what we're going to do is, please listen this carefully. So the purpose of EFS, let's say you have multiple, let's say two EC2 instances. Let's not take multiple also. Let's take only two EC2 instances. So this, if you take server 1 and server 2, server 1 has its own root volume, server 2 has its own root volume. Whenever you log into the server 1, whenever you put any data in the volume, that will be seen in server 2? No, because the volumes are not shared. Volume is individual to EC2 instances. But if I want the data to be shared between these two EC2 instances, I need to have one shared storage so that I'll be attaching the shared storage to these two EC2 instances at the same time. Then I'll put, instead of putting the data in my volume, I'll be putting the data in the shared storage in server 1. As I'm putting in the shared storage, can I see the same data also in server 2? Yes. So that is, in order to share the data across multiple EC2 instances, we'll be using this EFS. And this EFS is only for which type of operating systems? Linux-based operating systems. So what we're going to do is, first of all, as a part of practical, first we'll go and set up, we'll go and create EFS. What is it? We'll create a EFS. EFS is completely managed by AWS. So we'll go and create an EFS. It's very easy. Once the EFS is ready, once the EFS is ready, AWS will give the DNS name for the EFS. What it will give? DNS name. So that DNS name, we'll use the DNS name and then attach it to the EC2 instance. So we'll create we'll create the first EFS and then we'll launch one EC2 instance. So this is the EC2 instance. And this EC2 instance has its own volume or not? What volume is that? Root volume. But this EFS, I'll be attaching it here. I'll be attaching this EFS to this EC2 instance. So now, see here. When I log into this EC2 instance, if I am inside this volume, data is shared to other EC2 instance? No. So what I need to do is, I need to mount this EFS to the EC2 instance. Yes or no? I need to, what I need to do? Mount. What I need to do, Nana? Mount. So I'll be mounting this EFS to it. So what I do, I log in and I'll go inside this mount point. I'll put the data. If I put the data will be stored over here. Yes or no? Yes. So the data will be stored over there. So now what I do is, to verify this, I launch one more EC2 instance. Has its own root volume. And the root volume. And the same EFS, we need to mount it to this EC2 instance. Same EFS, we need to mount it to this EC2 instance. Oops. So this EC2 instance. Okay. Now, whatever the data I put it over here will be stored here, and the same data will be visible here or here also. Yes or no? Everyone, is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? So the same EFS, how many EC2 instances I can attach? Thousands of EC2 instances I can attach. The same EFS I can attach to multiple EC2 instances. And also remember, this EC2 instance can be in 1A and this EC2 instance can be in 1B. So your EFS can be attached to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. That is the certification question. So EFS can be attached to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. And this EFS works on which protocol? NFS. What we use? NFS. So this EC2 instance is secured by security group. Yes or no? The EC2 instance is secured by security group. In security group, what is the protocol that we need to do the inbound? NFS. What is the protocol we need to do the inbound? NFS. So what is your first step? What we need to create first step? Yes, create EFS. That's the first step. And second step is launch line. Which one? Linux EC2 instance and mount the EFS. How to mount? I'll show you. And create some sample files. Number 3, we launch another Linux EC2 instance and mount the same EFS and check the files. It will be same files or different files? Same files. And finally, once it is done, delete EFS and then terminate EC2 instances. So this is the task that we need to be using. And by the way, after creating EFS here, we need to do the inbound rule, no? What is the protocol that we need to do the inbound rule? Yes. Add NFS in default as security group. Okay. So which is a protocol this is using, Nana? NFS protocol. Which protocol? NFS. As we are using NFS protocol, we need to install one small utils on the Linux EC2 instance. So which is the command? What is the command to install any software or any package on Linux machine? Yum install. Which one, Nana? Everyone? Yum install. So the first command is, of course, we need to do sudo -s and then yum install -y nfs util -utils. So what is the command? What is the package that we need to install in order to use NFS? Yum install -y nfs utils. You're getting it? You're getting it. If at all if you want to use NFS, what is the utils that you need to install on the machine? NFS -utils. Okay, now NFS utils has been installed. So then you need to create one directory. If you want to mount it, you need to create one directory, no? So these are the Linux concept. If you want to mount anything, you need to mount it to the directory. So what is the command to create a directory in Linux? mkdir, and then I'll create one directory called EFS. EFS can be any name. mkdir directory name can be anything, but I'm giving as a EFS. And then once EFS is created, it'll give the DNS name, no? We need to mount that DNS name to this directory. Yes or no? No, you're getting it. So we have the EC2 instance. EFS, you created it. You need to mount the EFS to the EC2 instance. No, to where you're mounting to a directory, you are mounting it. So what is the command? So mount -t nfs4, right? And then the DNS name, file system DNS name, right? :/ and you're mounting to which folder, which directory? EFS. Do you see this? Comments? And then we have mounted to the which directory? EFS directory. So now if I need to go inside that EFS directory, no, what is the command to go inside any directory? cd EFS. So once you do cd EFS and here create some sample files. So in order to create any sample files, what is the command? Can you use touch? Touch, or I'll try to create some sample files using touch command. You understand? So these are the commands that you need to execute on the EC2 instance. What are the commands? Tell me. First, elevate the permissions. Sudo minus yes. After that, what you need to install, Nana? And yum install minus y, nfs minus utils. Because we are using what protocol? NFS protocol. For that reason, you need to install these packages. What is the package that you need to install? NFS minus utils. After this, what you need to create? You need to create a directory. What is the directory that you are creating here? EFS. It can be any name also. Yes. Once you create EMA, what is the command to create a directory? mkdir and then EFS. After that, we need to mount, no? EFS, you need to mount it, no? So what is the command to mount? Mount minus T, NFS4, and then EFS will give the DNS name, no, file system. That DNS name :/ you need to put, and to which directory you are mounting it? EFS directory that you have created here. And this slash is very important. And then as we have mounted to the EFS directory, we need to go inside the directory, no? If you're not going CD EFS, that meaning you are creating in the volume only. You're not creating in the mount point. You're creating in the volume. Data will be shared. No. So you need to go inside the directory which the EFS is mounted. So which one? What is the command? CD EFS. And then there you create some files. And these files will be stored where? In the volume or in EFS? In the EFS. So to check this, we'll launch one other Linux EC2 instance in another availability zone. And we'll follow the same procedure. And we'll see the same files or different files? Same files. If you create any file here, I can see the file here. If you create here, I can see the file in another machine because it is a shared storage. It is a shared storage. Clear? Huh? Do you all understood, everyone? Clear on the task that we're going to do? Online, is it clear? So now we will do the same thing as a practical. Okay. So what is the first step? Create EFS. So let's go to here, EFS. Do you see this here? We have EFS going here. And EFS is global or regional? Regional. Did I say it global? No. Otherwise, it is completely regional. And in EFS, when I create, I'll tell you these topics. So basically here, go and create a file system. So what is EFS? Full form of EFS? Elastic File System. For that reason, here we say create file system. So click on create file system. And here it is asking, give the name of the file system. Should I call it as 9 a.m. EFS demo? Like this? Whose number mobile end with? Why? You're doing any... You, you want to send any phone pay, Paytm? Pratibha? Okay. So 9 a.m. EFS demo. And here we have the VPC, no? This is a VPC. So would you click on create a customizer? So create, everyone can create it. Let's go and do deeper, right? So I'm not able to log in root user. Of course, it should be your mobile number, no? Why you're asking other mobile number? Okay, see here. So 9 a.m. EFS demo and then VPC and click on customize. So click on customize. Okay, see here one by one. File system type. So choose either data. Okay, now it is regional and it is one zone. So regional meaning it will be available for your all availability zones. How many availability zones are there in Mumbai? 3. So if you select regional, all the data, whatever you're putting in EFS will be available in all 3 availability zones. But if you put one zone, that means it will be available only for one availability zone. So would you go for regional or one zone? So if you select one zone, it will be you need to select either one of the availability zone, but I'm going for as a regional. And of course, you have automatic backups. So this backups is completely managed by AWS. We don't need to worry on it. So, but do you need the backups now? Not required, just uncheck it. But it's just matter of check in real time. And life cycle management. Where did you heard about life cycle management? S3, no? What is life cycle management? Huh? Creator? What is that? What rules? Of course, life cycle management rules only. What does it do? Huh? Yes, sir, by transition expiration. But what is life cycle management will do? If you want to move the objects from one storage class to another storage class, then you need to use the life cycle management rules. So what is the default storage class? Standard frequently access. So if you're not using it frequently, then move it to infrequently. So here also, we have something called life cycle. See, if your data is not accessed, let's say this EFS is a shared storage only, no? So all the files you will put it in EFS, shared storage. And let's say, for example, you are not being used few objects, I mean few files for how many days? Since 1 day, 7 day, 14 day, 30 day, or 365 days. If you are not using, let's say I'm taking 7 days. If you are not using any object since 7 days, can you move it to infrequently access? So here you're selecting it. If the object is not used for 7 days, automatically it will move to which storage class? Infrequently access. So now it was not there before. Just now they have added. There's something called transition into archive mode. So transition files to archive based on the time since they were lot access standard storage class. So if you want to archive also, you can send it to archive. And let's say there is a file called hello.txt file. There is a file and you have not been accessed that hello.txt file for 7 days. Will it be in standard frequently access or it will be in standard infrequently? Standard infrequently, because we have selected standard infrequently. And next day, Pusuk, you have access hello.txt. Again, it will move to standard. Again, so on the first axis, it will move back to the standard. So if at all you want this kind of thing, select it. Otherwise, just ignore this. In real time, can you select it based on your requirement? Yes. And this EFS, you tell me, encryptions can be done in 2 ways. What are those? In transit, data at rest. So this EFS meaning in transita, data at rest. EFS. What is in transit? In EFS, data is transferring, it is sitting. If it is sitting, then in transita, data at rest. Then which one? Data at rest only, no? Huh? So here you can use in transit also, but here you have data at rest. So it's just matter of selecting, but I'm not choosing any encryption, but it's just matter of encryption. Nana, is this clear in this section? Lifecycle management, encryption. So coming down, so performance settings, you can keep it default, but here we have enhanced and bursting. Enhanced is the most common throughput mode that we select in real time. So bursting meaning, so you need to provide, do you remember IOPS values? So if you need to specifically, you need to mention the bursting. So if you go for enhanced, that is you have elastic and provision. Which one is recommended here? Elastic. So your throughput will be based on your usage, throughput will increase and decrease. But if you go for provision, you need to mention how much MB that you need to download and all. So that is not required. Let's go for elastic only. So based on your load, automatically it increase and decrease it. Similarly, a performance mode also go for the general purpose. So basically by keep it default everything. Nana, is this clear everyone? So here you see, you are given the name, regional, remove the automated backups, don't use any lifecycle management, but do you know how to do it? Encryption, performance settings, that's it. And click on next. Okay. And your UFS should be inside the VPC or not? It should be inside the VPC. And then here, this EFS should be in which availability zone? 1A, 1B, 1C. So in which availability zone that you will be launching the EC2 instances? 1A and 1B. Do you need 1C? So click on remove. But if at all you want, you can put it, no issues. And click on next. So this is completely optional. So these are file system policy. What is this? File system policy. You no need to write any policy. Automatically based on the checkbox you have selected, automatically policy will get listed. See, prevent root access by default. So EFS, you need to have full permissions or not. But in real time, if at all you get any nasty requirement that, hey, you don't have to, you no need to have the full access, root access, enable this. Do you see the? And enable read-only access. If let's say for EFS, you don't want to give write access, you want only read access, enable it. And prevent anonymous access. You need to have authentication. And enforce in-transit encryption because EC2 instance will be connected to EFS, no? The data will be transferring to the EFS, no? So in-transit encryption also you can enable. So basically, automatically the entire policy got created. You don't need to do anything. So based on the requirement in real time, you need to select the checkboxes. But for now, we don't want. That is why it is called optional. Is it clear? In real time, based on requirement, select it. In real time, if your manager says that, hey, create one EFS, but don't give any write access, which one will you select? First or second or third? Second one. Okay. So now click on next. That's it. Click on create. But I'm not creating. You tell me how to create it. Okay. Okay. So now click which one? Create file system. Name 9 a.m. EFS demo. Create. More. Okay. Customize. File system. Automatic backups. Uncheck. Lifecycle management. But in real time, can you select it? Encryption. Do I need to do any changes here? Click on. Here, which one I need to remove? Next. Do I need to select anything? Next. And then create. Okay. Na? So now you know how to create the EFS. So EFS is getting ready meanwhile. And do you see, if you click on the EFS, do you see the DNS name? This is a DNS name. So this DNS name, we need to mount it to EC2 instance. So now EFS is ready, Nana. Okay. Chitti, EFS is ready. What's the next step? Before launching the Linux EC2 instance, in security group, what is the protocol that we need to add? NFS. So let's go to EC2. Let's go to EC2. So again, we are back to EC2. Huh? So here in security groups, why it is in this color? Huh? You identify the different color? AWS is doing something here. Okay, edit. So here. Okay. Which one? Do you see NFS here? And my IP. And click on save. Now, should we go and launch an EC2 instance? Yes, launch instance. So I call it as EFS server 1. Browse. Later. Now you are experts on EC2, correct? Yes or no? T2 micro. And here, and bash, edit. I'll put it in 1A, existing group, default. That's it. And here, do you see this here? 0 into file system. You can edit it and select the file system here itself. But I don't want it to do like that. Right? So from here, if you select it, automatically it'll do, but you don't learn much. But what do we do is here, we launch an EC2 instance, we log in and we'll do manually, we'll mount it so that you'll understand much better. And if you do like this, you will know more things. So here, let's go and click on launch instance. So meanwhile, should we launch server 2 also? Just to save the time. So let's go and launch EFS server 2. In which availability zone? 1B. EFS server 2. Browse. Select. T2 micro. 9 a.m. Edit. And this time should be 1B. Existing group. Default. And then launch. So I'll be connecting to the server 1. It is still initializing. Let's wait. No, you can select both, Vishaka. There is a question from Vishaka. Sir, if you select data at rest, there is no need of selecting in transit. Both are two different, no? One is you are encrypting when the data is at rest in EFS. And another one is in transit. That meaning you are encrypting the data which is transferring from EC2 to EFS. One is on EFS base. Another one when data is transferring in between EC2 to EFS. Both are initializing. Server run, select the IP address. Copy, paste. Browse. Open. Okay. What is it? H2 minus user. And what's the first command? Sudo minus yes. So from EC to user, now you have moved to root. Okay. From here, what's the next command? You tell me. M install minus y nfs minus utils. So it is installing, running, and completed. Okay, done. So I clear it. What is the next step? mkdir EFS. Next, mount minus T NFS for file system ID. From where do I need to get? EFS. Go to EFS. Do you see the DNS name? Copy it, paste it. Colon slash space EFS. Very good. You should do this. Otherwise, it will not mount properly. Okay, na? And then enter. Okay. Now, what is the next command? CD EF. We need to go inside the directory, no? CD EFS. Now we are indirectly where are we now? In EFS. Indirectly, we are in the EFS. Should we go and create some sample files? What's the command to create any file? Touch file dot some txt file. Can I create some directories also? mkdir Saujanya. Correct. Okay. mkdir Madhu. So I created few sample files here. Okay. So now where are these getting stored? In the EFS. So if I have launched another EC2 instance parallel, no? So now I log into the EC2 instance and I'll run the same commands. And if I do ls, I should be able to see the same three files here. File.txt, Madhu and Saujanya directories. I need to see it there because it is stored in the shared storage. Okay. Now let's connect to the second one. So I'll connect to the second one. Okay. Select this appearance, bold. Accept. Tell me. Sudo minus user. Sudo minus yes. You tell me now. Comments. Huh? Huh? Yum install minus y nfs minus utils. So it's completed. What's the next step? mkdir efs. Next. What? Don't see and tell. Tell directly. Next. Mod minus t nfs for DNS name. Should I copy the DNS name? Copy, paste, colon, slash, space, EFS, slash. Now, CD, EFS. So if I do ls meaning what? List. If I do ls, then I should get the same files. Do you see that? So we got the same files. So I'm taking these two EC2 instances next to next. And do you see that? So these are the two EC2 instances. Okay. So whatever you do here, you will see over here. Okay. So now I'm creating one more directory, mkdir azam ls. Do you see this? Azam got created. And here on the right side, if I do ls, azam is done there. Yes. And if I create any directory here, mkdir Babu. Okay. So ls, do you see Babu there? And here also Babu. Babu is there also, here also. Ada you understood? EFS? So like this, the same EFS. No, this is not used for DR. No. Who is that? Veera. So this is purely for the shared storage, not for the DR. What is DR? Disaster recovery. DR is completely different. So is it clear how to set up EFS? So in real time, if you want to share the data across multiple EC2 instances, then go for this concept EFS. Okay. Where did we created EFS? In which region? Mumbai region. So if you want to create another EFS in another region, but if you want to replicate whatever you're putting the data in Mumbai, I want the same data in EFS in Ireland region. So there is a concept here called, in EFS, there is a concept called replication. So if you click on replication, create replication. So replicate to a new file system, replicate to existing files. If you are in Ireland or in any other region, if you have any existing file system, select it. Or if at all you want to create a new one, create it. In which region? Whichever region that you wish. Ireland. That's it. Give the name and then click on create replication. So another EFS will be created in which region, Nana? Ireland. So whatever the data that you're putting in here in EFS, the same data will be available in that Ireland EFS. But if you want to check it, what you need to launch one EC2 instance in Ireland and mount that EFS and check it. Whatever data you're putting here, same data will be available as a replication in that Ireland. Okay. So write down in EFS data, EFS can be replicated to another region as well. EFS can be replicated to another region as well. EFS can be replicated to another region. So please write these commands in your book. Write these commands. Sudo -s yum install. Write these commands in your book. Just write it without seeing it. No commands, right? Don't write wrong, but if you want, see it, but try to write. Done? Okay. Nice. Any questions on online? Will you able to do this practical? Hmm? Simple service, no? Cute, simple service. Sir, yesterday, while using S3 bucket with versioning, I deleted an object and restored it by deleting delete marker. Okay. After restoring, if I try to delete it again, this time the object is getting deleted permanently without marker. What is that? Whatever that option is, that is that like that only, Harsha. If it is deleting, so that is the topic. Simple as that. That's a concept. That's a technical thing. If it is doing like that, that is correct. Why? Second time no marker. Now you have one file, image one uploaded. You deleted and you restored. Again, if you deleted, delete marker will not apply. It will apply, no, obviously. So Harsha, check it out. But if you disable the versioning, it will not apply. It will apply, but you cannot restore. Okay. Okay. So that is on EFS, very small. So please complete your practical. So you want me to take the next service or enough for today? Enough, huh? Huh? Hmm? Continue, enough. Continue. Show me your faces. Uh, I can see inner also. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. So what I do is, um, so next one, sir, we have to terminate EC2 first and then only we can delete EFS. No, you can delete EFS also. You can delete terminate EC2 instance also. Okay. So you have got lot of topic today, so that you got over stressed today, no? That's why you're saying enough, sir, today. Okay. So what we do is, I thought to take CLI also today, but what we do is, let's stop it today, right? After long, we have been doing a lot of practicals, right? So let's take a small break now, half an hour break. And but why I'm giving is like this: online people don't leave the class, sit there only. I mean, disconnect the class, sit there only, complete this EFS. You no need to spend at evening, afternoon, nights to do this EFS. It will take how much time maximum? Maximum 15 minutes or half an hour maximum. Finish it off. Don't drag it to, and offline people go to lab, and then if you have laptops, go and finish it off. Okay. So don't waste the time. Okay, Nana. So I respect your feelings, and then I am stopping it here. Take the screenshot. Any questions, Nana? Online, any questions, any concerns? Everything is okay? Personally, professionally? Online people, those who are sitting quiet, maybe at least you can reply now. For a few people are just, I didn't heard. Let me get this paper. Thank you, sir, for teaching this wonderful subject in beautiful way. Thank you. So, Supriya, Ashwini, Bhaya Saab, Bhargavi, Venkateswarlu, Diksha, Dinesh, Ashok, how are you guys doing? Naveen, Tejaswini, try it out, Harsha. I'll also try it out. Yes, at the end of the course, the mentors will help you to do the resume building, and then I'll also give you roles and responsibilities. Sir, when our course will get completed? Mm, month end. Ah, mm? Month end, or if it is moving a little bit also, no problem. Mm, because we will not hurry. Aram se will do it. Okay. Okay. So can you give the final CC for today? So see we smile. Yes, that was very nice. For new year, we are AWS engineers. Yes, of course you will. Rakshita, while trying static website hosting, only text is seen on accessing image is not seen, sir. So that meaning it didn't upload it properly, Nana. Rakshita. I like the way it is. Thank you, Saujanya. Yeah. So you're missing some files, Rakshita. So upload it properly. Yeah. Yes, it is necessary, Divya. Okay. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you. Very good, Saujanya.